I'd probably say about 80% of the politicians out there probably commit about 8, 9 felonies a day. Greetings, everyone. I wanted to do a quick video on this subject. There are a lot of people chomping at the bit about sealed indictments and a boot on the leg and videos. So to get onto this, I'm going to tell you why I think Hillary Clinton will not go to jail. All right, now a lot of us know that she's guilty of several things she accuses the president of being guilty of, ironically. She's guilty of lying to Congress. She's guilty of obstruction of justice, criminal negligence, embezzlement, extortion, racketeering. We could probably go on from there. And if you want to start really digging things up and go into the rabbit hole, you might find fraud, blackmail, human trafficking, child abuse, and murder, and cannibalism. But that's not really a crime in the United States, believe it or not. So I don't want to get into that. That's a separate video. But just sticking to the things that we already know. She lied to Congress. She said there were no classified emails on her server. There were. Obstruction of justice. She deleted 30,000 emails and destroyed several mobile devices in order to stop the FBI from getting information about what she was really up to. That's obstruction of justice. If you destroy evidence, which destruction of evidence is another crime. Then we have criminal negligence. She, put the classified information on an unsecured server. That's negligence, and it's criminal because the classified information was therefore unsecured. Embezzlement. All right, we're going to get into the misuse of the Clinton Foundation funds. Extortion, pay for play, State Department, that qualifies as extortion, racketeering, running a charity that creates its own purposes and needs, and money is removed from that charity or drawn into that charity by its creation of its own volition. Lock her up! Lock her up! Lock her up! So, we're going to move on, and I'm going to tell you why. All these things are not going to matter in the long run. Some people think this sounds crazy. Some people say, hey, you probably left a few things out right there. What about this? What about that? But it's not going to matter. Here's why. Number one, it's too embarrassing. The amount of international shame of putting a former First Lady in jail is embarrassing. We're not going to put a former First Lady in jail. I really just don't believe that. That's going too far. It would look really bad. It looks like we really don't know what we're doing in this country, even though we don't really. But I don't think we're going to do that. It's very embarrassing. It brings shame upon the presidency and the White House itself. She's still a former First Lady, and that's kind of a title you hold for life. It's the closest thing to royalty in America to be former president or former First Lady. So second of all, there's the chance of political retaliation. If we start locking up people that prominent, then there will definitely be retaliation on the other side. And then if you think that Congress is dysfunctional now, wait until you see what happens once it all goes about trying to prosecute politicians for crimes they've committed. I mean, let's face the facts. I mean, I'd probably say about 80% of the politicians out there probably commit about 8, 9 felonies a day. I mean, if you really want to start digging stuff up, but you really don't want it to go that way in this country. There really will just be chaos and pretty much anarchy. No government, just a bunch of sniping, and it's really just a bunch of waste of taxpayers' dollars if we start going down that route. So I'm going to cut it right here. If you have any questions, I can comment on anything that I've said there. If I feel necessary, if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. So until next time, love, peace, and soul.